Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be focusing on building a couple of tanks in Instruments of Destruction because yet another update has come out, and this time the update is actually focusing on the tank tracks. Now, what I have in my vehicle here is just the giant treads, which have been in the game for quite a long time, and this is what they look like, but the game has just introduced the ability to customize your own tank treads, and that is called the flex treads. So if I delete these treads and add some flex treads on here, you can see it looks a little bit weird, and I'll just spawn in with this right now, and yeah, you can see it's a little bit broken because I haven't adjusted any of the settings on these things, but we pretty much have full control over like the size and the look of these treads. Even like the tension of the treads. So if I put this tension way down on what I have right now, you can see already completely different, and they still work. Because in this game, I believe the actual tank treads themselves are just kind of aesthetically there, and it's really the wheels that are doing all the work here. As you can see, we have a ton of settings to play with, from the tread tension to the wheel size to extra wheel coordinates. As you can see, we can add rollers, even to the point that they don't make any sense, tread count, the length of the treads, and we can even change like the aesthetics of certain parts of the treads, from like the wheels and the rollers and things like that, and whether or not there are actually 4 different wheels for the treads to wrap around. So I thought it might be kind of fun to min-max the settings on these things and actually try to build a tank that is made for the varying degrees of the treads. So I'll go to the minimum settings, build the smallest possible treads I can, and actually build a tank like between the treads that fits that size, and then I'll bump everything up to the max. Oh my god, this already looks ridiculous. I'll have it try to make sense as well, but then I'm gonna redesign a tank in between the treads to also make sense for that size too. So let's start with the smallest one before we get to the biggest one. I think the smallest one's gonna go a little bit quicker. I think when I select this button 4 wheels here, I can actually unselect a whole set of wheels, which if we're gonna go for the smallest tank treads possible, I think having 2 wheels instead of 4 is gonna go much better. All right, so now length, well, obviously the length has to go to minimum. Look at how big my cab is already compared to this stuff. I think those are the settings right there as far as the treads themselves. Let's spawn this in and see what it looks like. All right, it looks like the tread tension definitely needs to be adjusted a little bit looser. Actually, maybe tread count. Tread count might be one of those things. A little bit more treads. All right, that's looking a little bit better. Yeah, that looks good. There's a little bit of a shake right there. Let me just adjust the tread count a little bit. That looks a little bit more stable. All right, now let's see, what aesthetic do we want here? That looks kind of dumb. That looks kind of dumb. You know what? I think I like this one. Wait, what about rollers? Is there even any point to adding rollers here? I mean, I guess it kind of looks like it makes sense. Let's add some rollers in there anyway. All right, and pay attention to the look of the treads, because the treads don't spawn in until you spawn in, but apparently E here, you can change it so it changes the way the treads look. Does that look different to you? I don't know if that looks that different to me. All right, let me go to E0. Oh yeah, I guess it does look a little bit different. This one has a line in the middle of the treads. There's a little bit of a division there. Yeah, and this one does not. I kind of like this one better. Let's go with this one. All right, so now obviously this just looks ridiculous. So I'm gonna delete this stuff. And let me see if I can actually put, I need to put something smaller in here. Inset cab, is that what I'm looking for? All right, well, this looks kind of ridiculous. This is one of the new cabs that they introduced. But this actually might be good, because then I can actually add the turret in line with my cab rather than having to put it on top of the cab or something. Oh, you know what's great about one of the new updates recently is there's a new part. Where is it? It's probably under motion. The power socket is going to be great for a turret, because the power socket can aim left, right, up, and down all in one position. And actually, now that I'm looking at this, I might want to move this back and add a small frame in here. There we go. And then I move this forward a little bit. I gotta line everything up now. There we go. And then I put the cannon on front of this thing. What kind of cannon should we have? There is just the cannon. And there is it's kind of a more proportional size for this. Let's definitely put the strength of the cannon maximum. We're gonna have it on single shot. I think that makes the most sense. Oh no. Well, those aren't attached. Hold on. Oh, I see the issue. So what happens if I do move these in? Does this make sense? Is this gonna be a weird thing? Oh my goodness, look how small this tank is. Does it function? All right, and then with the turret, look at this. I can actually aim it. You know, is it possible? No. I mean, it's possible, but it's gonna be way too bulky. I was gonna say I wanna put an aiming laser on this thing, but I just don't think it's worth it for the aesthetic. All right, and then I'm just gonna add some wedges for aesthetics here. There we go, because I felt it looked a little bit weird, a little empty at the top. All right, and here we go. This is our little tank. It's pretty good. I think aesthetically too, it's not too bad. It's literally only a couple of parts, but as you can see, we got full control here. Now let's test its destructive capabilities and take aim at this building here. All right, oh, I got those reversed accidentally, hold on. All right, here we go, everything is in order now. So I press F to fire. Oh, this thing packs a punch and the recoil isn't even that bad. This is nice for a tiny little tank like this. This is so good. It's got some range too. This is great. Hold on, let me max out the speed on these. I actually don't think the speed of these, yeah, strength of the treads. If I go faster, am I still stable? I mean, oh yeah. Oh, a little bit more bouncy. A little bit more bouncy, but way more agile. I was just worried about flipping over, but my center of mass is so low. I really don't think it's actually that much of an issue. All right, right through the glass now. There we go. This is great. This is the best little tank I could have imagined. This also happens to be the best little tank I did imagine, and it's right here in front of us. Okay, so we started off with the easy thing, so I'm gonna save this as its own vehicle. And now it is time to completely change the dimensions of this thing and move on to the maximum size. All right, so let's start by increasing the wheel size and increase it to 4 wheels. Let's increase the length to maximum. Oh my goodness, let's increase the, this to maximum. That actually doesn't make sense, maxing. Oh wait, it actually does kind of make sense, doesn't it? If I spawn this in right now. Oh my goodness. All right, I think this might be getting towards like the maximum dimensions right now. Let me get rid of the rollers for now, just because they don't make much sense. All right, I think this right here is the largest treads we can make, which if you compare them to the treads giant, let's see if I can actually spawn both of these in. So this is the difference. This is the difference aside. These were the largest treads we had before, and now look at how big these treads are. This is a massive difference. So the tank I can build with these is gonna be pretty big. All right, so obviously it does not make sense to keep my vehicle in between the treads the same. This is what my vehicle looks like now. Here, fire the cannon. I'm just a bunch of tank treads. Oh, this is actually kind of fun. This is actually kind of fun just in and of itself. This is awesome. I look like a skateboard. Oh, this is so cool. That was such a smooth, like landing on the ground there. This is amazing. My vehicle is actually on fire. I'm doing terrible damage to my actual cab somehow. All right, obviously we need to add some more weight to these things. We need to widen the tread base here. So I think this is a good width, but I actually realized I forgot to add in some of the rollers and stuff to fill out the rest of this. Oh, that doesn't really make sense, does it? Rollers top, rollers bottom is kind of aligned correctly. Rollers top is not aligned correctly, which is a little strange. Am I able to change that? The rollers were supposed to just be aesthetic anyway, according to the updates. So what does this look like now? Yeah, there's no rollers up there, so it looks a little awkward, but you know what? It'll be fine. Everything should be fine. All right, let's actually fill in the rest of the tank and see how it looks and functions in comparison. All right, I built my tank. What do you guys think? I think I've added some collisions in here that are making it instantly destroy itself, as you can see. So I think it's an obvious issue. I just think it's these flex panels I added to try to smooth out the appearance of the top. If I take these off, it'll probably, hopefully, very hopefully fix itself. Let's see how this feels. Ah, yes, that was the issue. I didn't know whether or not the flex panels were going to have collisions, but it appears that they actually do. Oh no, this has collisions too. I did build everything just a little bit too close. You know, this is a really easy solution though. All I gotta do is access pieces that I can't really... Oh, there we go. I found it. I found it right here. No, using the drawing box is actually gonna make this way easier. And then I just add the swivel into this. And then if I just go up by a little bit like that, that should be enough to cover it. But now I have to make sure it is actually reattached. There we go. Now I should have enough of a gap so that I don't have any more friction. There it is. Look at that. Actually, I can dial in the min-max of... All right, that actually solved the problem of the flex panels as well. Now the flex panels are here without any collision issues. So now I can drive around. I can aim up and down. I can spin my turret any way that I want to. This is fantastic. So on this one, instead of just a normal cannon, I've actually added a bomb launcher on this. So it's going to be a little bit different as far as its destructibility. So let's see how it goes. Yeah. There we go. I was thinking that the big one deserved to be just a little bit more destructive than the little tiny one. You know what? I should spawn them both in next to each other so you can actually get a feel for just how different they are. Can I? I don't know if I can spawn in two creations at the same time. I think I have to load in only one creation, which is unfortunate. But I just want to see if we can actually drive into the buildings too. Oh no, one of my treads was like broken on the other side. That was weird. I've taken too much damage, apparently. You know what? The bigger treads are so much more satisfying when they get destroyed like that. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately, when I spawn in the mini tank, well, here we go. If we go really fast, it was even smaller than I expected. So transitioning from one to the other, you can really see the size difference. But I want to do something with the big tank really quick. So here, let's load the big tank back in. There we go. The mini tank's like the size of one of these rollers here. So now what I wanted to try to do is I want to mess with the tread tension. If I just loosen up the treads to their maximum looseness. Oh no. Those are some loose treads. Actually, they're not so bad. Oh, what if I loosen up the treads on the mini tank, but you can see them folding? Yeah, this is probably not that healthy for the treads. Definitely need some tension. What is the tightest gonna look like? Maximum tread tension. Okay, that looks dangerous. It's actually affecting things. That's not good. That is definitely not healthy for the treads at all. You know, it's all about moderation. Going too extreme on anything is just never healthy. All right, let's load the mini tank back in and max out the tread size. All right, loosest treads on the mini tank looks like this. Okay, the treads are still pretty small, but that's way looser. Look at how much looser that is. They can practically fit a whole nother set of wheels in here. But it doesn't really it doesn't actually affect anything. It is just a visual thing. So that's kind of nice. You know, I never did look at the destructibility of ramming with this tank. I don't have a whole lot of mass behind me, do I? I really don't. Okay, let's run into the same building with the big tank now. Yeah, so now you can really get a sense of scale of the big tank compared to the small tank as I ram into the same windowed building. You know what? The building actually, that's a pretty strong building. Gotta admit, I did a lot more damage. Actually, I didn't even damage the section that the mini tank did because I'm just too tall. Oh. This building is a lot stronger than I thought. It has a lot of metal support, doesn't it? How's my vehicle doing? I'm not seeing too much damage down there. All right. Oh, now the building's falling down. Oh! Running into a falling building is kind of epic. And I'm dead. This tank does seem a bit more fragile. I wonder if like the mass of your tank really contributes to that. So two completely different tanks built with the same part, which is the flex tread, because the flex tread just has that much customizability. So I think this was a pretty good demonstration of the new part here. and I had fun building 2 cool tanks. So let me know what you guys thought, and what else you'd like to see in Instruments of Destruction. I'm looking forward to the next workshop video. I've already taken a look at some of the crazy creations. If you guys enjoyed this video, you'll probably enjoy some more that you can find right here on the end screen. Hope this video did earn your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.